morning, children. How are you? I hope all you are fine. Are you fine? Have you had your breakfast? Had? Very good. I also had my breakfast and I came to class. Okay, so shall we start the class? Are you ready? Are you ready? Very good. Okay, the previous class we discussed about the lesson. We discussed about the second lesson, right? What is the name of the second lesson? What is the name of the second lesson? Yes, very good. My home and my home, my home, your home, right? Okay. And and even I told you to write the difference between home and house. Have you done the work? Have you done? No. Why? At least like write 2 to 3 points. 2 to 3 points. What's the difference between house and home? You are living in a home or a house? Think over it. So write 2 to 3 points only. Right? Will you write? Will you write? Very good. No? Okay. So already we started the lesson now. So my home and your home. In the lesson, so we have seen 2 mice. Right? The first one is a mystery, right? Mystery. And another is, yes, another is a Mickey. So mystery and the Mickey, right? So these two actually so are very close friends, right? And mystery actually so was living in country, right? And Mickey so was living in city. And in the previous video, in the previous class, actually I told one day Mickey visited the country to meet a mystery, right? That time the Mickey actually the mystery student has given so that cauliflower and barley to eat, right? So both actually sat together for the dinner and they enjoyed the dinner. And Mickey actually was so much surprised that it asked the mystery that, "Are mystery you are eating a barley and cauliflower? It's very ridiculous, right?" So one day you come to city, and I will show you that so then every day so wonderful so then food actually so then I will eat, right? So one day the mystery actually visited the Mickey. So it came to the city to meet Mickey, right? And look at the next lecture what will happen. And even so I told Mickey actually was living in the city and it was living in the kitchens. It was living in the kitchen's cupboard, right? The Mickey actually was living in the kitchen's cupboard, right? Look at. So open your textbooks, and look at so then third paragraph. So this Mickey and mystery, so both actually so came to the kitchen and they came to the kitchen's cupboard. And in the cupboard, so then what they have seen? They have seen some stone jars, right? So they have seen some stone. Children, I said so Mickey and mystery, so then they came to they came to kitchen's cupboard. And in the kitchen cupboard, so then they have seen some stone jars. See, so what they see next? And they stood a big bag of brown sugar. And little Mickey so gnawed and hole in the bag. Then he invited his friend to have some sugar. See, in the kitchen cupboard, so then they have seen some stone jars. And even so then they have seen the big bag of brown sugar. And here the Mickey actually invited its friends to have some sugar, and both friends actually enjoyed the company of the sugar. The 2 little mice nibbled and nibbled. And Mickey thought it was the most delicious things he had ever eaten. How lucky Mickey is, he thought as he ate. Suddenly the door opened with a bang. The cook Mary wanted to get some flour. See, the both actually, the Mickey and mystery, so both were enjoying the company of actually so then they are having a brown sugar, a bag of a brown sugar, so then both actually so then are a nibble. They are eating, right? And mystery actually said it was the first time. So then which one is a very delicious which it has been eating, right? And suddenly, so when they are nibbling, when they are eating, suddenly the door actually opened. The door so then opened by yes, the Mary, right? So Mary actually is a cook. A cook means a person who prepares food, right? I said so Mickey and mystery. So then while they are eating brown sugar, the cupboard actually so then knocked. Not knocked, so it was opened. It was opened by Mary. And who was the Mary? The Mary actually was a cook, right? Then so look at the section 2, and now so then section 2. Run, whispered Mickey. Then they ran as fast as they could. They rushed into the little hole from where they had come in. Poor Mystery was shaking all over. However, Mickey said, "There's nothing. She will soon go away. Then we can come back." Right? I said the door actually opened by the Mary, and both actually were afraid. They scared, right? And Mickey actually was saying to the Mystery that run as much as possible you can, right? So run very faster. And Mystery actually so there was shaking all over. Shaking all over means so scared. His whole body actually was shaking. Whose body was shaking? A Mystery body was shaking. Why? Because it's the first time so it came to the city, and it is the first time so then it came to the kitchen cupboard, and he heard the sound of someone, and his whole body actually was shaking, right? Then, and Mickey said, the Mystery actually so began to fear, it began to scare, and Mickey actually was saying, "Arey, don't be worried, my dear friend, don't be worried." So Mary actually so opened the door, and she will go very fast. She goes away, so don't be worried. Then, after the cook had gone away and shut the door, they stole softly back. They stole softly back means they went back very quickly. From which hole so then they entered the cupboard, So from the hole actually, from the hole actually so then they entered the cupboard. So from the same hole so then they went. After the cook had gone away and shut the door, they stole softly back. This time Mickey had something new to show. Mystery. He took a Mystery into the corner of that top shelf. A big jar of raisins stood there, open. After much tugging and pulling, they got a large raisin out of the jar onto the shelf and began to nibble at it. So here so Mickey actually wanted to show something new to Mystery. Right? What it wanted to show something new one. Already so that they have a brown sugar in the cupboard. And one more so the special thing, the special one, the Mickey actually wanted to show Mystery. So that was something new one, that's a new thing. So we will study in the next period. Right? So up to here so then you have studied this much. And in the next class, we'll continue the lesson.